Good evening, ham radio operators. Welcome to the Weekend Wind Down Net. This is Ernesto, KI5PZN, and I'm using the 224.100 repeater, tone 100.
And Mireya KI5SYX, using the 441.325 repeater, tone 97.4. And we'll be your net controllers for this evening. This net is also linked to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system. If you are listening through the Oak Hill Amateur Club repeater system and wish to participate, be sure your tone is set to 114.8. You can also reach via Echolink by connecting to KA5DR or N5OAKR. For AllStar, use node 40933 or 51444. The Weekend Wind Down is a RASUNet. We get together on Sunday nights to talk about your weekend. It's likely that most of us look forward to the 2 days out of the week when we can actually spend time doing things we enjoy, relaxing or spending time with others. Did you work on a project? Did you have a barbecue? Did you enjoy some rain, watch a movie? Or were you stuck catching up on chores? Ham-related or not, was your weekend a blast or a bust?
Please know this is a directed net, so please refer all calls to control. We will not have any scheduled pauses for emergency traffic, but we will yield the air to any break-in emergency. With that in mind, please leave room between check-ins and transmissions to allow for emergency traffic.
We're using the University Link repeater system and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system. Big thanks to Kyle, KA5D, and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club for letting us use their systems for this net. Please visit the University Link repeater system's website to learn more. That's KA5D.com. To learn more about the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, including how to become a member, go to N5OAK.org. So, Ernesto, let's start this weekend wind down with a segment called Discord Dish, where we serve up our favorite Discord posts from the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Discord server.
All right, I'm going to start. The first one that I saw here was on Wednesday, and that was posted by Rusty, WZ5BBS, on the announcements channel. And he posted some really cool pictures of the 147.320 repeaters tower. We were down there trying to get it back 5. And then also he posted a short video clip of the room where the repeater is located. So that's pretty neat if you're interested in checking that out and see how that looks, because to me that was kind of a mystery. That's pretty cool to check it out. That's on the announcements channel on the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Discord server. That was posted by Rusty WZ5BBS. That was on Wednesday, 8/24. And then on Friday, Sam, K5JM, posted on the Outdoors channel an article from the KXAN.com website, and the article talks about an extinct volcano right here in Austin. It's called the Pilot Knob, and it's in southeast Austin, about a 20-minute drive. So it's a pretty interesting article, something check it out too. I have no idea that existed here, and I've been here for 23 years, almost 24 years, and I have no idea. So that was pretty interesting. And then I guess as a reminder, just want to also bring up that this next Saturday, that was also posted by Rusty on the announcement channel, This next Saturday, the Austin Amateur Radio Club is hosting the in-person testing. So if you know anyone who might be interested in becoming a ham, or if you are interested in upgrading your license, that's going to be happening at the Wells Branch MUD office, MUD office building. That's in North Austin at 10 a.m. And that's on the 146, well, the address is 14611 Wellsport Drive. Walk-ins are welcome, but it's safer to let us know that you are coming in, so that way we'll save you a spot. But that's happening this coming Saturday, again, at 10 a.m. Pass it to you, Mireya.
Thanks, Ernesto. Well, I really enjoy looking at the Discord when nets are happening. And that's the cool thing about the Oak Hill Club, that when the net is going on, members are posting funny things and comments and just fun, posting comments about what's happening on the net, real time. And one of the posts that I enjoyed, or a little bit of a thread, was after the news was read during the Thursday night net, which is the big net of the week with a lot of participants. And one of the news that was read was all about a radio operator experimenting with antennas. And that antenna he created was very unique. It was made up from 2 corn stalks in his field. So it was a special field day for him, and he invented and put together an antenna from corn stalks that actually made some connections in Texas. So that was really cool, and to learn about that happening during the news. But a lot of the members posted some funny things on the Discord while that news was being read, all about corn. And so that led me to think about things that are unique, that are being used as antennas. And I hope that later on during our net, when people sign up, that we hear about unique antennas that people have created, or that have heard about, or that are on their list to do on antennas. So we've heard about antennas created from what are those with the gutters? House gutters. So antennas created from house gutters was one that the rain gutters that recently we heard about, which we were really interested in. But the corn husks, man, that's really unique. So that was something that I enjoyed on Discord this week, Ernesto.
Well, all right. That's it was pretty interesting week for the Discord posting. There's a few interesting ones and all the funny stuff. There's so many that it just keeps you interested. All right. Well, this is the Weekend Wind Down Net, hosted by Ernesto, KI5PZN, from the 224-100 repeater, tone 100.
And this is Mireya, KI5SYX, from the 441.325 repeater, tone 97.4. On Sunday nights at 7:30 via the University Link repeater system and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system.
So, Mireya, this net is called the Weekend Wind Down Net for a reason. How was your weekend?
Ernesto, my weekend was quite good. It started off with, as usual, our participation in the Friday night trivia net hosted by WZ5BBS, Rusty, every Friday night at 9 o'clock. And so we totally did not do well, not to use any profanity on our net here, but man, those topics from Friday night were pretty hard for us, and so we failed miserably. I look forward to the trivia that has things that I like, and right now I can't think of it. A few sitcoms maybe some oldies music coming up. So, Rusty, we'd like to maybe see if we have a chance to vote on some of these upcoming topics because, man, the recent ones I haven't liked particularly. Then on Saturday, I woke up very early because I was co-host to my 4-year-old nephew's birthday. I don't know if anybody out there has ever hosted a birthday for a 4-year-old, but it's big, really big. So there's things happening. You have to prep the space. You've got to make sure that everything is safe for all those toddlers and the children running around wherever you're hosting it. Then we have to wait for the big bouncy house, so that was a thing. Cutting branches and making sure that live wires were not touching this huge, huge air-filled thing. And then, of course, everybody coming to the party. Man, that is a thing. Hosting an event is something that you have to have a lot of grit for. And guess what? You have to smile the whole time. Even though you're tired, even though you may not be in any mood to be socializing, if you're the host or a hostess of an event, you better believe you better be smiling so that all your guests have a fabulous time. Needless to say, my nephew had a blast, and all his friends were there. There were 24 kids at that party. 24 kids yelling and screaming and jumping and bouncing and singing happy birthday towards the end, and parents just thankful for 2 hours of an event where their kids can be doing something. And so I was glad to do that, much more because I love my nephew. But yeah, that's how my weekend started anyway, hosting a birthday for a 4-year-old. And guess what? After that, all I've done is relax. So it started out as a little bit of a bust, failing miserably during the trivia, but then a highlight because I saw the smiling faces of 24 children having a blast at a party, and then relaxing. So I would say that my weekend was mostly and definitely a blast. So how about you, Ernesto? What was your weekend like?
Well, I had a pretty good weekend. Before I go into the weekend, I just wanted to remind people that if you want to participate on the Discord channel and read all about all of those topics that we are always discussing here on Sunday night, you can join the Discord server by going to n5oak.org, and you scroll down and find the Discord button, and you can join in through the website, and we will get you approved, and you can start having fun and join the party. My weekend, let's see, Friday I started with trivia net. That was fun. As always, we suck, but it's still fun. I don't mind. I think even when the topics are topics that I know, it's always some obscure questions that I'm always gonna suck at anyways. But it's still fun. I really like it. That was Friday. Then I got up early too. There wasn't any bouncing around on my side of the Saturday. If anything, maybe signals. I went and had my Saturday morning breakfast with the guys from the Austin Amateur Radio Club. That's always fun. There's a bunch of fun people out there. And then after that, I left with, we were in different cars, but we were working as a team with Paul. It's KA5FZU, the Jedi of the fox hunting. And we found both of them. The first one we looked for was Phillips foxes. That's AC5G, and that was both of them were really fun. But that one was a little bit, I guess, more comfortable because the temperature was still tolerable. So we were having a good time. It was fine. Then we went to look for Sky's Fox N5LX, and that was fun too. But because we're hardcore, we approached it the wrong way. And I looked like I was fighting with a bunch of cats, a bunch of scratches all over the place. But we had a really good time. We had a blast. We had to sit down afterwards and just cool down, but it was fun. We had a great time. That was Saturday, most of the day. Then I picked up Enrique, hung out with him in the afternoon. And then today was pretty chill. We just hung out at the house and did a little bit of radio as well, some YouTube videos, just having a chill Sunday. That's about what summarized. I'll say my weekend. So it was a blast, in my opinion.
Well, Ernesto, I was glad to hear all about your fox hunting endeavors with Paul, but you missed something that you mentioned to me, which was a very groovy invention that Paul brought with him, made out of very, very unconventional things. Can you tell everybody what Paul made during your fox hunt this weekend?
Oh yeah, Paul is always experimenting with fox hunting and stuff. So he made this. He took a tube of Pringle chips, potato chips, and then he had that covered in I guess it was aluminum foil inside and out, and then he would put the HT inside that tube with a tiny little antenna. And then he would swing that thing around, and it was really amazing how awesome it was. It was very directional. It would give us a very short window where the fox was situated. So that was fun too. That extra layer of experimentation during the fox hunt, which is always fun. Paul's always doing that kind of stuff, always coming up with new antennas and just new ways of having fun on that part. Thanks for asking me to get back to you.
Well, I also remember a time when we were fox hunting together, maybe not that time, but another time you said he brought out a pencil and used that as a directional. What was that about?
Yeah, he needed to attenuate the signal on his HT, and I think he forgot the antenna that he used, and probably the attenuator, so he took the little HD antenna out and sharpened a pencil and made contact with the tip of the pencil and somehow got the signal attenuator and found the fox. That's like the John Wick of fox hunting.
You mean MacGyver? That sounds like a MacGyver to me. Man, Paul, if you are out there listening, we want to hear from you tonight because in our book, you are definitely our fox hunting hero. You always come up with the most amazing things to look for these foxes, and I know it's one of your favorite things about the radio hobby. So if you're out there, come on in because I want to talk about things that are unconventional because of that article we read for the Thursday Night Net and all about an antenna made out of corn husks. So, Paul, if you're out there, come on in. But yeah, go Paul. Press Pringles and pencils.
I'm going to do a quick idea and we'll go to check in. This is the Weekend Wind Down Net, hosted by Ernesto, KI5PZN, from the 224.100 repeater, tone 100.
And Mireya, KI5SYX, from the 441.325 repeater, tone 97.4. On Sunday nights at 7:30 via the University Link repeater system and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system.
Any licensed operator is welcome to check in, so please come in with your call sign and name now.
AI5A. This is Whiskey 5, November, Delta Sierra. Good evening.
This is Whiskey Zulu 5, Bravo, Bravo, Sierra, Rusty, Northwest Austin.
Right. We got Rick, Rod, and Rusty, and let's thank you guys for calling in. Let's go and check with Rick. Rick, what's going on, man? How's the weekend treating you?
Hey, good evening, Ernesto and Maria and everyone else on the net. Good to be here. Good to hear everyone. And weekend is going pretty okay so far. Just working on a couple of personal side projects here, and worked on a thing for work that was just bothering me. It was not, no one said I had to work on it over the weekend, but it was just something. It was a bug for the project I worked on at work that I wanted to figure out what was going on. I made a little bit of progress on that. Still didn't fully track it down to the level that I wanted to, but at least I made a little bit of progress there. So worked on that Friday and a little bit yesterday. And other than that, it's been mostly relaxing weekend. Played a video game with a friend from Ohio, and just kind of taking it easy and getting ready for work tomorrow morning. Back to you, AI5A.
Yes.
link to KA5E.
Node 4.
Oh, Rod, I'm so sorry. I think I doubled with you a little bit. I heard, balancing things and Dad's story about the couple. So I think I got the gist of what your contribution was. Balancing, I guess, the forces of nature with our hobby. And then I asked you, which I know you did not hear. So sorry about that. I asked you if you had any unconventional materials that you had ever used to create something for ham radio.
Well, not so much. I did, when I was living in Michigan, our club up there had repeaters on a bunch of different bands, and I was in an apartment. I used mag mount antennas, and I had, you have to have something for the mag mount to grab onto. I didn't have a car. I was on the 10th floor, and so I found a fairly large wastebasket, and I had, I think, 5 different mag mount antennas. I turned the wastebasket upside down, of course, and I think I had 5 mag mount antennas spaced around there, including one for 10 meters. So that's as unique as I've got. Most of my other antennas have been on towers of various sorts. W5NDS.
Well, that totally qualifies. Mag mount antennas. We usually see them on cars. Need something metal to make ground, and you just thought, what do I have that's metal? And by the way, taking advantage that I'm on a 10th floor, what about this wastebasket? Yes, MacGyver all the way, and 10 meters. Who did you reach? Did you actually reach anybody?
Oh, yeah, we had a 10-meter repeater. They were quite popular in the late 80s. And one very unique experience is I was working a guy through our 10-meter repeater who was in England, and he came back to me, and he said, I'm hearing you louder on the input frequency with my 4 watts, a converted CB radio, by the way. I'm hearing you louder with your 4 watts direct than I am through the repeater. How about that?
Well, Rod, that's pretty impressive. Wow. That's a long distance, and to hear that you're making it better on simplex than through the repeater, that's kick-ass, man. That's pretty awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I'm sorry I missed the 10 minutes today. It's funny, I had the radio all ready to go, and then got distracted in the kitchen and never made it. But that's an amazing story, Rod. That's with the Mac mount. Well, but you were also way up high up there. I have a 10 and 11 meter Mac mount on my truck, and they're pretty long. So I'm guessing if you were way up there and you have an antenna like that, a Mac mount, you could definitely reach really far away. But the fact that you were coming in clear on simplex, it's impressive. Back to you, Rod.
Yeah, well, the unique thing is that the whip on the 10-meter mag mount was not real tall, not like the antenna you're talking about on your truck. I think it was, 4 feet tall or something like that. So, of course, it was a loaded whip. And so, well, I guess that's enough of my antenna stories. We got Rusty out there waiting. And by the way, I want to just say I need some help programming some channels into a Kenwood TMV71 Alpha, some 2 meter and 440 frequencies. If anybody has that, that capability or is familiar with the rig, so they know how to do it, they could let me know. And this is W5NDS back to net.
Hey, Rod, what's the model again on that radio so I could ask around? You said it's a Kenwood, but I missed TM and I missed the rest.
Tango Mike Victor 71 Alpha TMV71A. It's quite a popular radio. So, yeah. Back to you, Ernesto.
Hi, Rod. Yeah, and I'll ask the guys on Discord because I'm sure there's a bunch of them that should know for sure. Thanks for checking in, Rod. Appreciate you always calling in. And we will hear from you, I'm sure, in the next couple of days on one of the other nets. Yeah, man. Have a great week. Rest of your Sunday and a great week. Do you have anything else for the net before I let you go?
Negative. Just standing by to see who else calls in and what Rusty has to offer. Here's W5NDS 7-3 to everybody.
Hi, Rod. Have a great night. 73 to you. This is the Weekend Wind Down Net hosted by Ernesto, KI5PZN. From the 224.100 repeater, tone 100.
And Mireya, KI5SYX, from the 441.325 repeater, tone 97.4. Every Sunday night at 7:30 via the University Link repeater system and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system.
All right, and let's go and check with Rusty, WZ5BBS. Rusty, what's going on, my friend? How's life treating you?
Hey, Modesto and everybody on the net. Life's good, man. I'm just sitting here looking out the back porch, and I have a mom and 2 baby does, or 2 little fawns out eating grass in the backyard. So hopefully they'll eat all of it, and I won't have to hire anybody to come mow the yard. But yeah, good weekend here. Sorry I missed out on the fox hunt. I'm super excited that my announcements made it into your Discord session, and it's the number one things to see. I love that little video of the tower. Not gonna lie, even if I took it myself, I've always wondered what the tower looked like on the 320 machine. So yeah, been hanging out at the house. Got the AC fixed on Saturday. W5 WET and K5 TMT came over on Saturday and hung out for a little bit, and we played out in the garage and got the motorcycle up and running, and just kind of dorked around the house for a little bit. So it's been very lazy, which is exactly the way I wanted it, and yeah, no complaints here. WZ5BBS, and hey Rod, good to hear you on the net, man.
All right, man. Yeah, that sounds like a good weekend, hanging out with people and just having a good time. Yeah, the Fox thought about you when we were doing the second one, because I know that there was one that I put out there, and then you did the same thing where you approached it from the wrong side. So we did that on the second one that we found, Sky one, on on that second fox, man. I'm all scratched up, but it was fun. We were laughing. It's just, you know, it was tough, but it was fun. We had a great time. Yeah, dude. Any plans for this week?
None that I know of. Just hanging out at the house and working and doing that thing. Hopefully the 320 will be coming back online this week sometime soon. So maybe if Chris can't make it out to the tower, you and I can go run out and do that. And then I'm looking forward to Saturday, honestly, kind of jumping through the week. And this is going to be my first VE session that I've ever done. And the AARC guys, it's where I got my general and my extra. And man, that thing's a well-oiled machine. So I'm looking forward to helping Jim out and get that done, and accomplishing my first VE session as an extra, and you know, being on the other end. I've only gone to go take my test and upgrade, so it'll be fun to see a bunch of new people in there wanting to get their technician, and everybody else in there upgrading. So I'm looking forward to Saturday. I know you, Ernesto, is going to be there as well as a VE. We got Philip, AC5G, as a VE, so we'll have a pretty good turnout from the Oak crew as well. So Saturday is kind of the day that I'm looking forward to, and I'm hoping the rest of the week just sails by.
Hey, Rusty, congratulations on, I don't know, I guess being excited about being a volunteer examiner. That is actually a big deal. You know what? Let me tell you, the technicians that are going to go out there are super nervous. They have been studying. They've been doing their thing. They're out there. They know they have to go pass this test. And so you, Ernesto, Philip, you guys are excited to be the VEs, but these guys are nervous. And let me tell you my experience. I went out to somewhere, I'm not going to say where, but I went out to take my test, and it was an in-person test as well. And I was very nervous. I studied. I went out there. I thought I was not going to do it. I'm not a technical person by any means, and I thought, okay, let me go and take this test. And everyone was talking during my test. These guys were hanging out. I know you said the people that were going to be there, you and everybody else. So just so you know, please be quiet. Please don't interrupt people that are taking tests. These guys were socializing. I was trying to take my test, and these guys were just talking and carrying on. And then some people next to me finished their test, and they passed. Congratulations. And then they say, so what are you going to do with your license? And what's your next step? And all this stuff. And I'm like, hey, don't be talking about what they're going to do. I haven't even passed my test, and you're talking about what he's going to do with his license? Give me a break. So anyway, just FYI, please be mindful that people are very nervous when they're taking their tests. As VEs, you guys are setting the bar, and I don't know, if you guys are socializing, go somewhere else. And that's all I have to say about that. But kudos to you guys, because you know what? People had to drive 45 an hour to get these tests in person in the past 2 years. So I love you. I love Ernesto. I love Philip for stepping up and saying, we're here. We want people to sign up. We want people to do this and be successful. And so I love that you guys are doing it, and just be quiet. That's it.
I love it. Well, so I can tell you this. This is the first in-person that the Austin Club has done, I think, in a couple of years. I don't really know when they stopped doing them, but it's been a couple of years at least since they've done in-person. I can tell you this, that when I got mine done down at St. Edward's, it was very library-esque. There was lots of shushing, and it was very quiet, and everybody was in a very soft tone if they were talking. So I will keep that in mind because we gotta get these guys and gals in there and make sure that they can pass the test without any distractions. And that's one of the big things that I'm excited about is all the old timers in the ham radio. This is a service. This is all this is, and so I love when I can give back to a hobby and get people excited and interested in it. And like this is the inception. This is where people get their call signs. This is where you pass the test. This is where all those nights of studying questions and looking at the book and trying to figure out what in the world this whole weird parallel nerdy universe is. Like that's where you finally get it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some smiling faces and really getting to see those people get their license. I think it's going to be a blast. But I will be quiet. I will not talk. You have my word. WZ5BBS.
Good job, Rusty. And yes, I'm sure you remember when you got your technician's license, but I certainly remember it was very, very recent, and it is amazing when they tell you, hey, you passed, and, here's your paper, and you're going to get your license number soon, and you're like, oh, I wonder what my number is going to be. It's super fun. So thank you, Rusty, for volunteering, and I know you're going to be a good boy, and thank you for doing that. Back to you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to grading some papers and getting some call signs. And now that everything's a little more electronical, people get their call signs quicker. I know I had to wait I think it was 9 days for my call sign, and it was like Christmas, just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting. And then it finally arrived in the database, and I had my call sign. I started out life as KG5SLS. Was my original call sign. So it's burned in my brain. I went with my buddy John, and I was KG5SLS, and he is still KG5SLT. He is still a technician, regardless of all of my prodding and name calling. He's still a technician, but I still love him. So there you have it. WZ5BBS, back to net control.
Oh man, I'm kind of disappointed with how me they just said that, because I was planning on running a net from the exam session. This is that's net, whatever. I'm kidding, obviously. Thank you, Rusty, for checking in. It's always nice talking to you. And of course, we will be in touch. And yes, if you get the part that needs to go into the repeater, and Chris is busy, just let me know, and we'll find a time during the week. Like I said, my schedule's pretty flexible, and we can just go there real quick and get that part installed and get that sucker up and running. Hopefully by the Wednesday net is hopefully, let's hope, cross your finger, that it's ready to rock and roll. Back to you.
Yeah, I hope so. Amazon, as you know, but not everybody else, Amazon sent our cellular internet Wi-Fi hotspot that we're going to hook up to the repeater to somebody else's door. So it was delivered on Friday. It was just delivered to the wrong doorstep. So hopefully, we will get the 320 back on the internet. It's up and running. So for those of you that can hit the 320, it's up there, and we can chat and have fun. It's just it's not tied into the system. And the first cellular device that we had lost its marbles, and was kind of more of a pain in the rear than it was helpful. So hopefully we'll get this in. It'll just magically work, and life will go back to being awesome. But if not, hang in there with us. We're working on making it happen.
All right, man. Thanks again for everything you do for the club, man. All right. Well, this is the Weekend Wind Down Net, hosted by Ernesto, KI5PZN, from the 224.100 repeater, tone 100.
And Mireya, KI5SYX, from the 441.325 repeater, tone 97.4. Every Sunday night at 7:30 via the University Link repeater system and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system.
All right, any not licensed operator, welcome to check in. I'm looking for check-ins. Please come in with your name and call sign if you would like to check into the net.
This is Justin, Alpha India 5, Oscar Sierra.
This is AI5A. Trying again.
All right. Glad to hear we had Justin and Rick, and I'm glad to hear that Rick was trying earlier because I thought I was losing my mind. All right, well, let's go and check with Justin, AI5OS. Justin, what's going on, man? How's life treating you?
Not doing too bad. Just kind of running around. Broke out the 900 back coming in via my AllStar node. I have an Alinko trying to figure out simplex AllStar nodes, so I don't know what the heck's going on. But anyway, not too much going on. I'm getting ready. I've got the wire. I've got some rope. I'm going to try. I really have kind of been here and itching to see if I can get one up on HF. Because that just seems like that's really a neat way to make things happen. So kind of itching to see what happens there. Other than that, everything's just kind of working and ticking right along. Good to hear y'all in here.
All right, Justin, thanks for calling in. I want to tell you that your transmission was, I don't know if it's connection or something, but it was dropping there, pretty intermittent at the beginning. It got a little bit better towards the end, but there's definitely something going on with the some sort of connection or something. But yeah, it was intermittent. Just wanted to let you know that there's something funky there, so you can take a look at that. Back to you.
There's something going on, and I don't know what it is. I think it's the PTT button on here.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, it gets the conversation gets cut as you go. It comes back up in, but it's like an intermittent thing happening.
Yeah, I fix it or retire this radio. I love these Motorola's. I do. I need to get somebody who can program I've got a Kenwood TK 481 handheld that I would really like to use because I like their audio even better. I need Allwart to charge it. I've got the dock, but I just cannot seem to find to the manufacturer, and these are old radios.
Man, the issue keeps happening, but if you can tell me the model of that radio, we can look into that too.
Motorola.
And the convo stopped there the second you were telling me the model. So what I'm gonna do, man, I'm gonna send you an email because I have your email address, and then you can shoot me that model of the radio, and I'll ask the guys to see if anybody knows how to program those as well.
Stand by a minute, and I'll get back up to the here. Okay, let's see if I've got it. There we go. That's better.
Yeah, this works a lot better, man. Yeah, there was an issue with the other one, but yeah, this is a lot better.
Yeah, no, the radio that I have a Motorola 9250 that I was using, which is works out pretty good. The only trouble is like I said, the PTT I think is dying on it. It doesn't. I can't obviously key down on it, as we now know. But I have a Kenwood TK481, which is a handheld, 900 megahertz that works great. The only trouble is I don't have I can't find the wall wart that plugs into the charging dock for it. And I've been on Amazon. Amazon doesn't have it, nor does I can't seem to find it on eBay. I've got the dock here. I'd love to get that thing charged up and get it working, because that's a little better. That radio is in a bit better condition than what this Motorola is here. Go ahead.
Right on, and yeah, obviously the signal now is perfect, but yeah, you might want to check on, like, I guess put it on the swap net, and Jeff might ask the guys, and who knows, maybe someone will have a charger for that. And also on the Discord of the Oak Hill, on the swap net channel as well, because you never know, somebody might have one or have seen one. And if you send me an email with that particular radio, because I'm planning on going to Belton in October, and if I see something like that, I'll grab it for you, man. So I just don't know what it is, but if you send me a link of what I should be looking for, I could grab that for you, man. Back to you.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I just should probably switch over to using my Kenwood when I'm on 900 megahertz here. So, anyway, I don't want to take up too much time. I'm sure I'm boring everybody. So, this is AI5OS. I appreciate it.
Hi, Justin. No, sir, you're not boring anybody. It's always interesting talking to you, and I appreciate you always checking into the net. Have a great night, and we will talk to you along the line, man. Let's check now with Rick, AI5A. Rick, what's going on, man? How's the weekend treating you?
Yeah, good evening. Well, first, a couple of comments there for Justin. First off, I can program that 481 for you. I have the cable, and I can get the software again. I had the software on my old desktop, but I can get the software again and get that programmed up for you. So we can make that happen. And I was also just searching around eBay. I do see a couple chargers on there. You might have to look up related model numbers, because the 481 is it's 900 meg, so it's a little bit more rare. But there's a couple of UHF versions of that same HT, and so if you search for those model numbers, like the TK385 or the TK380, they use the same charger cradle and wall work. So yeah, it might be another keyword to research, to look up. So just a couple comments there for you, and let me drop it here and reset. Well, Ernesto, I did check in on the first round of check-ins, and heard you call on me, and I responded to you, and I unkeyed, and never heard anything back. So I looked at the AllStarLink map, and it looks like the N5OAK hub and the KA5D hubs got delinked, and I was coming in on my port repeater, on my UHF repeater, and that was on the N5OAK side. So that's on the KA5D side now, and seems to be doing okay, but that's what happened there. Yeah, not a whole lot going on this weekend, just kind of taking it easy. I was working on a work-related project, just trying to track down a bug for a work project, and it was just kind of something that was annoying me. Nobody asked me to work on it over the weekend, but it's just kind of annoying me, and I was trying to track that down. I made a little bit of progress there, but never finished tracking it down, but did that Friday and a little bit yesterday. Today I've been working on a couple of side projects, mostly updating a couple of servers that I run, things like that. Played a video game for a little bit with a friend in Ohio. So yeah, mostly just taking it easy this weekend and getting ready for the work week to start up again tomorrow. So not a heck of a lot to report. I'll send it back to you. AI5A.
All right, Rick. Yeah, no, man, that sounds good. And yeah, it's funny because I when you were checking in, you doubled with Rod, but I was able to hear both of you guys at the same time. But then I started thinking, well, maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it's just whatever, for whatever reason. But yeah, that was weird. But I'm glad that you figured out what the issue was. I haven't seen you lately on any of the fox hunts that are happening. What's going on, man? We need to go and drag you out of your house. Don't let me go over there with Rusty and drag you out for the next one.
Yeah, man, I might be up for that actually. If you wanted to hang out and do that together. But yeah, I don't know. Just been a homebody lately, I guess. But yeah, I might be up for that. Let me know. If you guys get together, keep me in the loop, and we'll see if we can make that happen.
Hey, Rick, thanks for checking in tonight. I actually have a question for you. I am not a tech person, and I always wonder about the virtual reality that everyone's talking about. And I know that you are a tech-related person, and you're very savvy in all those areas. So I wonder, as a non-techie person and someone that has never gone into the virtual world, I've never put on one of those headsets. I don't know what that means. Am I missing out? What is it now? I'd love to hear from you, and I don't know if people out there would love to hear about it. Not anything technical, not anything super long, just what is it now? What is the virtual reality now? And what do you think it's going to be in the future so that us non-techie people can be ready and do what we need to do to participate? Or not. Ernest says or not. But what is it now? And other than games, we all know that they're games. We totally know that they're games. You guys get in there, you play games, and it's fun, and everyone has their avatar, and everyone's someone else on their virtual reality. But what is it now for non-gaming people, and what could it be in the future so that we know what we're up against? I know that's a huge question. Oh, my God, for the weekend wind down, that's actually a huge question, but I just thought about it. Rick, can you help us? Back to you.
I wish I could help. So I actually, believe it or not, I have actually never owned a VR headset, so I might not be the right person to ask. I have a couple of friends who use them and enjoy them, and like you said, there's a lot of gaming right now is what they tend to be used for. And you can find videos of people using them. They kind of they can really, I guess, mess with your sense of reality, because I see people using them, and they'll for example, they'll fall off a cliff in the game, and they'll react to it in real life like they're actually falling, and it's really interesting to watch the reaction, just how someone's body reacts, when they perceive that something is happening to them. But yeah, I don't know. That's a big question, and I guess if I knew if I knew the way forward there, if I knew where that was going, I guess I would. I'd probably be. I can't talk. I'd probably be well off in terms of I could get ahead of the game and start working on that development and probably make a lot of money. But yeah, I don't know. I know I know Facebook obviously is or Meta as they call it now is obviously they're pursuing that quite a bit, and they've demoed some of their stuff, like they have their workrooms thing, which is basically being in a virtual office with other coworkers and collaborating virtually in that way. But yeah, I think it's definitely an interesting area of technology, and it'll be really interesting to see over the next couple of years where it ends up going, and of course the privacy concerns that come along with it and things like that. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm sorry, I don't have a better answer for you than that.
No way, Rick. That is a great answer. I think that you are with us. We want to know what that is too. And you're in tech. I thought I'd ask you just because us non-techie people think that techie people know what that is. So no, you answered it exactly right. If you don't know what that, if you've never had a headset on, we've never had a headset on either, and so we're wondering, are we missing out? Is this something that we should be aware of? Is this where our future is? We certainly would, I don't know, this is me. I don't want the future to be fake. I want it to be real. I want to go out into the forest and think that it's a, real tree and a real bird singing, not something that's in my brain. So yeah, totally, we're with you. And so I'm actually glad that you said that, because I don't feel so weirded out that I don't know what's going on with the virtual reality, because if techie people are still thinking, hey, this is something that's new, we don't know what's going on, I've never owned a headset before, and that's okay, we've never either, so we're not so far behind, and that's fine, we think that things are out of our reach, but I guess we're not so, I think that most people are going to be gravitating towards what's real, and so I'm glad you said that, because you're a tech person and you still are with us in the reality of life. Thank you, Rick, for saying that, and I guess we'll explore the virtual reality together. Maybe we'll buy a headset and see what that's all about, but maybe not, and that's okay. So thanks, Rick. I'm actually really glad you said that. So, because it's not so advanced like we thought, and we can still enjoy going out to the park and knowing that the trees are real and the birds are real, and Ernesto says that birds aren't real, but I think they're real. Going out and touching the water and hearing the birds and all that is still real. And let's see how long that lasts. Thanks, Rick. Back to you.
Yeah, like I said, it'll definitely be interesting. I can see, I can see use cases for it, but also, like you said, there's something to be said about keeping things real and preferring, physically going someplace and physically hanging out with people and actually, having that face-to-face interaction. But I can also, I can see advantages of it too. Somebody's sick, they don't feel like going in the office, but they're not too sick to work. They can stay at home and still have some workplace collaboration. But of course, then other people at the workplace would need to be on there as well to actually do that collaboration. So I don't know. It'll, like I said, it'll be interesting. But yeah, it's definitely something I want to explore. And if you guys do end up getting a headset, I would love to try it out because it's something I've not played with before. But yeah, it's something I need to learn more about. And No, I don't think you're. You mentioned being behind the curve or whatever. I don't think that's really an issue. I think this is really an emerging area, an emerging space in tech right now, and I don't think anyone really has a full, solid picture of where it's going to be in a couple years from now. So I think it's just going to be interesting to kind of sit on the sideline and watch what happens. And if it ends up being something really cool, then I can jump in then. Or if it ends up just being a fad that kind of passes after a while, then no harm, no foul. So we shall see. I will send it back to you, AI5A.
Agree with all of that, Rick. Thank you. Thank you for supporting that, and I agree with you. So let's see where it goes. Thank you for checking in tonight, and have a great night.
Yeah, you as well. Thanks for having me. Thanks for running the net. And hope you have a good work week and a good rest of your weekend. 7-3. AI5A.
All right, Rick. Thanks again for checking to the net, and definitely we're gonna grab you next time we're going fox hunting. So that's on the schedule. You'll be part of the team. All right, let me do a station ID here. This is the Weekend Wind Down Net, hosted by Ernesto, KI5PZN, from the 224.100 repeater, tone 100.
And Mireya, KI5SYX, from the 441.325 repeater, tone 97.4. And we are here every Sunday night at 7:30 via the University Link repeater system and the OKL Amateur Radio Club repeater system.
And we are looking for check-in, so anybody who would like to check in into the Weekend Wind Down Net, you can do so now. Just call in with your name and call sign.
This is KI5RXT, Sally Oak Hill.
All right. Sally, KI5RXT. Sally, it's so good to hear you. What's going on? How is life treating you?
Hey, Ernesto. Yeah, sorry, I was actually monitoring you guys earlier on the 250, and it dropped. And then Rick was explaining something about something got unlinked, so I got unlinked. But I've not talked on this repeater before. Are you guys you copying me all right over there?
Absolutely. Really good audio. Perfect volume and everything. Back to you.
Okay, fantastic. I just want to double check. No, I've really been enjoying listening to your net this evening. I've laughed out loud many times. But yeah, my weekend just started up today. Went in my first day at work. It was super humid outside. But had a lovely weekend here around the ranch. Got a lot of stuff done. Started a garden, because I think the last time I talked to you I was ripping it up. But sowed some seeds and cleaned out a shed and played a little trivia with you guys and Rusty on Friday night. Always get excited when I make the top 10. I feel like I'm a winner. So I did okay. And but yeah, I'm enjoying this lovely net that you guys are running. Back to you, KI5RXT.
Hey, Sally, thank you so much for checking in tonight. We are so excited that you're here. And, wow, yes, last time we talked, it was when you were working or starting to work on your garden or maybe taking a break from your garden. I don't remember, but we were talking about how terrible the Texas heat was and how gardens suffer and all of that. And I don't know if you've heard, I'm sure you have, I have a little school here in Austin, and we have a little garden going. Regrettably, everything has died. And so, yeah, everything is just charred up with the sun and no rain. And as much as we water that garden, it's still so sad. We have two little plants that did produce two beautiful red peppers, some beautiful sweet red peppers, and those were our two harvests, our two little red pepper harvests from our summer garden. But we also have a sweet potato plant that's going strong, and then we had a gorgeous peach tree that was going, and some tomatoes, some sweet little cherry tomatoes. But we're in Central Austin, and we do have a situation where our school is located near a space where there are people that are homeless, and you know, we support that. We try to help all of that, but you know, we're not there on the weekends, and we had about 20 peaches on our tree on a Friday, and we had about 10 beautiful, sweet little cherry tomatoes on our plants on the weekend. And then we came on Monday, and they were all gone. So we thought, oh man, we were about to harvest a beautiful, you know, peach bounty and a sweet tomato bounty, but we were not able. But then we thought, you know, someone is going to eat it, someone's going to enjoy it, someone's going to share it with people in the air community, and we thought, okay, it's fine. But I'm so glad you checked in. We'd love to hear about your garden. How is your garden going?
Well, first off, that's a great story. I love that. And I love that you have a garden at the school. I think that is super important. When I was growing up, we didn't have gardens at our school. But my garden, I wasn't doing much, obviously, the past 2 months because it was just too darn hot. But I redid two of my garden beds, kind of ripped them up. They're raised beds, and put some new soil in there and fertilizer and all that, natural fertilizer, cow manure. We have a lot of that around here. And I sowed some seeds. I'm doing some carrots, put in a bunch of carrots, and put in some beets. Because we are starting to get some more rain, I thought I'm just crossing my fingers, and hopefully, I know that we're going to still have some heat, but I'm hoping that we start to see some more rain coming in, and at least I can get those seedlings going. And then I'll be adding more of the winter greens. I would really love the winter garden. It's so pretty. So I'll be doing that hopefully in the next couple months. But that's great that you had a peach tree and sweet potatoes. I love that. I've never done sweet potatoes. I'm going to have to try that one for some time. Back to you.
You know, I would encourage you to do the sweet potatoes because they are very hardy. I don't know. They really love suffering. and by the way, they're gorgeous when it's very, very hot. Their leaves are very green, and they even flower sometimes. And so, yeah, I encourage you to do the sweet potatoes, and I encourage you to keep going with your garden. Us too. We did spread some of the manure. It's from HEB. It's that the bags from from Home Depot. We have the ones that are labeled manure, and they don't smell that bad. You know, Ernesto says it's cured, but we have young children working on our garden with us. It's part of our program, and we thought, okay, let's get some of these bags in there, and it didn't smell bad. We explained to them what it was, and they helped us shovel some of that, the bags of manure into our garden, and I think it's actually helping. That's why we have those sweet potatoes. That's why we had those cherry tomatoes, and that's why we had those peppers going. I think because we had such beautiful, rich soil. Yeah, we did some of that, but we are, too, just like you, looking forward to the fall and the winter harvest, because that's when I think it's the best. We don't have to work so hard. It's beautiful weather. Central Texas is gorgeous, except for June through September, and everything after that, it's a beautiful garden. And so our kids really enjoy having the herbs and the romaine lettuces and the other salads out there. They really do well, and so I hope that your garden is as beautiful as ours at this school.
That's fantastic. Clearly, Maria, we need to have a gardening net. I mean, really, we should do this. Drive everybody crazy. But no, I'll keep you updated as it goes. Like I said, I've not really had much luck with carrots in the past. I probably was using the wrong variety, so I put in 3 different varieties and a couple of different beets. So hopefully I'll have something to share here in a few months. But yeah, great story about your gardening and getting ransacked. I mean, you know, when you have a garden, you give the food away anyway. That's what I do. I love being able to give away bunches of onions and tomatoes and so forth. So if someone ransacks your garden and they're eating it, then it's a win. It's a win. Back to you.
Agree. Ernesto and I had a garden a few years ago, and we had no idea what to do with all of the squash and all of the just mountains of food. And you think, man, this is incredible. We can actually make food and have too much and have to call our friends to come over and take it and have a big party and just have people eat and eat and eat. And yes, you're right. You're right. When we garden, it's probably because we know that we're going to eat and others are going to eat as well. So thank you, Sally, for checking in tonight. And yes, I agree. If anything, let's make at least one weekend from the weekend wind down a topic of interest. Let's do a garden update. Yeah, Ernesto agrees. Yes. And he says that many people in the Oak Hill Club are into gardening as well. So let's do it. I think that we should make a segment similar to the Discord segment that we had earlier. Let's do a gardening segment. Man, this is growing. And thanks to you, Sally. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for your contribution. And I hope to meet you soon. Have a great weekend. Back to you.
Likewise, I hope I'll meet you guys soon. Yeah, thank you so much, Maria and Ernesto, for running the net. You're Austin's power couple of ham radio, and I always enjoy listening to y'all. So have a great come-in work week, and hopefully I'll try and tune in here next Sunday. Y'all take care. AI5RXT.
All right, Sally, thanks again for checking in. It's always a pleasure talking to you, and we will talk to you soon, I'm sure. All right, it's almost that time, and I think it looks like it's time to wrap up the net. It's that time of the night.
Thank you for joining us tonight on the Weekend Wind Down Net. We hope that even if your weekend was a bust, and definitely if it was a blast, that we all keep the momentum, focus on the positive, and here's to a great start to your week.
We'd like to thank Kyle, KA5D, and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club for letting us use their repeater system. Please visit the University Link Repeater System's website to learn more. That's KA5D.com. To learn more about the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, including how to become a member and how to join the Discord group, please visit m5oak.org. I'm Ernesto, KI5PZN, and I'm using the 224.100 repeater.
And I'm Mireya, KI5SYX, using the 441.325 repeater. And from our QTH in East Austin, 73. And thanks again for participating and listening tonight. This system is now returned to regular amateur use.